everyone, this is me again. In this occasion, we're gonna continue with the challenges. Um, you saw the last challenge that we made. It was actually amazing. By the way, I'm just trying to make like the same challenge, but with the spread operator. And it means that we are not going to need so many things. You will see that actually with the spread operator, it is easier. I wanted to do it with the for each because I wanted you to understand the for each before the spread operator. You would say, but I mean, how is it that the for each is more important than the spread operator? Well, it is because as small as is something, sometimes as more difficult is to understand. Even you can see, for example, when you are reading something, if you see it too small, you know that it's difficult to read, right? And same thing happens with everything. Sometimes things that are small but they can do huge things. Those kind of things are difficult even to explain. And that's why I took my time and I decided to remove the spread operator on the last video. But in this one, we're gonna see it applied in a same exercise. But I'm going to be honest to you. I'm just going to look for the exercise just right done. Why? Because I have another thing to do and I would like to move forward with those other things. So right now I'm going to look for it. Let's just look very directly. Let's try to be very precise. Spread operator summarizing, no, adding numbers of an array, and that's it. Now we're gonna. You can see that even here in artificial intelligence is kind of giving me an answer, but let's go down and let's look for game. Mhm. How to use a spread operator. Look, this one is kind of very direct, but mm, I would like to make it adding numbers and sum them as array and return the result. Now we got to even more precise. And as you can see here, it says that the reduce method is the option. And I will be honest to you, I had in the other video that I did that the audio was cut. I don't know why. Um, I explained it. No, I didn't explain, but I said that this is a very commonly used method, especially on React, reduce, and also the arrow functions and all those things. Being honest, I don't like much the reduce because it's not super necessary. If we can even avoid it, you would see that it's possible. But I will be honest with you. As I said, I have other things to do. So we're just going to use the reduce. The reduce is going to be kind of confusing for some of you, but for others, it's going to be super nice. So let's just copy here. You see this? And I'm just going to open the Visual Studio just directly to the. And let's see. You see this here? This is another thing, by the way. Okay, let's just close everything and just open it again. Now we're gonna make a new file here, and we're just gonna make it this file, and there we're gonna just make a save, and just after that, and we're gonna go down here. We're gonna say this is C and SAMP htdocs, and in here JavaScript. We can make, for example, reflections. I don't know if you remember that. It is the stretch out exercise that I do. Here I will put the challenges, and here I will say sums of an array of numbers. Very, very precise. That JS. And we hit on save, and now it is here. I will just copy here this, and believe it or no, if you have Node.js installed on your machine, this is going to run automatically. But I am just going to ignore the fact that maybe some of you might not have Node.js. So what I'm going to do is just to create the on here. I'm going to create on the index. I'm gonna call this function. How? Well, I'm going to say this function. This is sum function, sums function result. And in here we're gonna put result personal challenge. It can be two, for example. And in here we put the on click, just pointing to this. And let's just, we can even take this. We can open the folder, and yes, we save all. We open the folder, and in here we're just going to say that the script here will have that the function that I got before. And this function, we don't want to make a console log. Actually, we just want that it makes the return the of the total sums. And let's say, if we want, we can make this interactive with making some prompts and whatever it is. I mean, but let's just make it very easy, just for not to complicate our life. And let's see, reduce, sum all numbers. Um, yes, it is just a matter of taking this and putting it on here. And instead of using the sum of function, we're gonna use the reduce directly here. We can even save this like a variable. For example, um, reduce method, and we save it, and there it is saved as a variable. And now we're just gonna put here this, and we are just going to return now the return total sum, and that's it. Now I'm going to just call this function on here. And that's everything. Now let's go. By the way, I haven't make any test before this. If you see a little error, remember that I like to make things like, how can I say it? Like if it was real life. I am like that because when you're a developer, I will tell you a secret. You will not have everything prepared. I know someone that is called Brad Traversy, and he taught me that And being honest, I kind of knew it, but when he said it, it was like a lock on my heart because it made me feel more secure. And it's true. How can I say it? You can't expect as a developer that you will have everything prepared. No, you as a developer, you have to face the things uh, just like if it was real life, and that's it. And as better you are doing that, as better you will be on many other things. But if you are always trying to get everything prepared before the things to happen, that will not function as good as you think. You see, these local host JS challenges is because this is inside of a of a of another directory that is called JavaScript challenges. Let's see. Oh, JavaScript flections. Sorry, JavaScript flections. Flections. Oh my goodness. Okay, there you go. Hit here to multiply two terms. No, it's not that the hit here to sum an array. Let's put this bigger. We refresh and it say hit here to sum an array. Now, if I hit, it should return what I want, but we got a problem. And it says that reduce method is not a function. Let's see what this. By the way, let me connect this. There you go. And hit here to sum an array, sum all. The problem is super simple. It says that the reduce method is not a function, but actually it is there. I will tell you what is the problem. The problem is that you see, for example, these arguments, they're being passed here, and the accumulator and the current value is supposed to be, let me show it to you, like this. Let me see, no, not like that, no. See. They're supposed to be passed like this, but the accumulator means what is going to be accumulating, and the current value is what is being looped. Do you remember what I was teaching you? Sorry, on the for each, that there is a value that we have to save always. Well, this is like the value that is always saved, and the accumulator is the value that is saving the accumulation of the values. I mean, this is the container of the new value, and this is the accumulator of the new values. But I will tell you one thing. Here, let me put this bigger. You see this? Here says reduce method. Mhm. Okay, reduce method. She says that it's not a function. What we can do is as simple as just putting this and as an arrow function and just passing like the, like the arguments here, just like this, and here we put the arrow function, and the arguments gonna be here. You're gonna say, "Go, is that complicated right now?" And yes, sorry, but it's that complicated. And you see here, this um equal and then the parenthesis empty. That is what sometimes confuses me, and it is because it goes like this. Okay, the arguments are going to be here, and that is going to be got here, and now we're going to return from here this, and this is going to be this. Now let's run it again. Is not a function says that this is not a function, but it doesn't have sense because it is a function. Well, now in this occasion, it is something different. And let's see, I think that maybe it's because we have to make the spread operator again and to pass here the arguments. Actually, here we're not passing the arguments. The arguments are being passed right here. And dun, 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 and just let's just okay, there you go. Let's refresh, and we don't get any error now. That is good. Now what I'm going to do is just to you see you see let me see there is a rooster here singing like if it was 5 a.m. or something like that. Okay. Reduce method argument. Okay. Let's make the. Oh, I know what is happening. Oh shit! I forgot that. We have to make the inner here. So, oh my god, that was so. This is let's say that like usually say someone that I know embarrassing. Okay, we're gonna put just here the equal sign, and here we're gonna put personal challenge 2, and we're gonna refresh, and there you go. There is so. And that's it. Yes, that's it. 1 plus 2 is equal to 3 plus 3 is equal to 6 plus 5 plus 4, sorry, is equal to what? To how many? Oh, okay, I will show it to you. 1 plus 2 is equal to how many? 3. And 3 plus 4 is equal to how many? Uh, sorry, 3 plus 4, no, is 3. It is making an accumulator, remember. It means that it is going to stay 3 and then it's going to say um, um, 3 plus 4 is equal to see, 1 plus 2 is equal to 3 and 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. And 3 plus 7, look, 3 plus 7 is equal to 10. And 10 plus the end number that is here, 5, how many it is? 15. There you go. That's the result. 15. I will put it even bigger if you want to see. Look. Okay. And that was it. This is the reduce method, and that is the way of using it. Sorry that I forgot to use the inner HTML. That's kind of kind of how can I say it? Embarrassing. Trust me, it's embarrassing. But it's not that like the big deal. It's something super common. Um, because in a function actually you don't usually put an inner HTML. What you put is return. Okay, you put return and you put like this, and you could do something like how can I say it? You could say, for example, that total sum is equal. We want to make it a var. Sorry, var is equal to document the inner HTML, and we're gonna put, for example, plus equal, and then we put just, let's say, for example, zoom in template. Okay, that's it. And now total zoom, and document that this is supposed to be like this. Sadly, because it's kind of large, being honest, and we put the, this is the right way of doing it, and here we return this. That is the right way. Let's see if it works. And we got the document is not defined. Let's see. Oh yes, I know what it is. The problem, and it's, for example, you see this inner HTML. Instead of putting inner HTML, we put, for example, that I don't remember right now what is the function for that. Oh, sorry. It is that I am missing a point here. Oh my god. But there is another function also that we can use, that um, inner text, for example, and we put parentheses, and in here we put this. If I am not wrong, this can work. I am not wrong. Remember that I can be wrong, okay? Inner text, let's just check it. Let's just try to make it ourselves. I mean, let's make here we're gonna, and just, you see this inner, no, as I said, inner text, for example. I just want to text to test something, okay? Instead of that, HTML. No, there is a way of doing it, and it's like shield. Yeah, let's see. How to insert without using inner HTML. I know that there's a way of doing it that is kind of uh, with the object itself, but I don't remember the name right now. Okay, let's wait for it to verify if I am a human or no. Again, there you go. And let's see, let me close it. And children. You see these children? That's what I usually use, children, and then I put, for example, text content or something like that. But there is another function to insert the text to the object directly. Um, Look, text content, and here it says that it's better to use text content instead of inner HTML, as you can see. So let's go down here, and you can see it. Let's see this content. Okay, But the thing is that you use text content and also you use the equal sign. And I wanted to just return without the equal sign. But let's just return like this. You will see. We make the return like this. Boom, and that's it. As simple as that. Now we make inner HTML and we go down here. What is saying here? Okay, we are recording yet. Let's let's check, refresh, and let's hit here. And you can see that it worked. It worked. But in here I have to put the number 2 and it worked. Look. Yes, it worked. We put a return on here and to the inner and that's it. And what I want to point to you is that remember always that in a function it's better to make a return at the end than to make like an inner HTML. That's not a good practice. Okay. So see you in the next video and remember that Jesus Christ loved you as I could ever tell it to you, or maybe someone else. Bye bye.